Okay, mudguard's off. I've just been filming away and then realised my microphone, the bit that's on the camera, had unplugged itself. I mean, it's obviously the sound is better using these, but it's such a pain with the one on the camera with the leads like plugging in and everything, because I'm moving the camera around all the time. I sometimes catch them and don't realise, and then we've got no sound. Anyway, we cut them out. As you can see, we got them tacked on. Now the mudguard's off and we're ready for the next bit. So it doesn't look like much at the moment. I think also what I am going to do, because obviously that's a very small gap to be putting the bolts in. You can do it, but it is a bit of a fiddle. So what I'm going to do, I think, is cut back this mudguard a little bit more. One, there's less chance of it trapping all the muck under there and it'd be easier to clean. And two, we'll be able to get a socket in, which will make it much easier undoing and doing the bolts back up. So I'm going to weld this up next. As you can see, we've got it all chamfered to lay the weld in, so we can grind it back without grinding the weld away. So we'll get that all done and then we'll dress all them in. Right, now for a bit of dressing up. Starting with the grinder. Well, no, I'm jumping ahead of myself. I've got another weld to do. In fact, we will dress this bit up and then we'll do the other weld down the back. That's the top off. Now the side. I might also change the shape of this a bit. I'll see how it looks when we've got it dressed back. Right, we'll just zip down these next, then get them dressed in. I think we get in there. I just need to blob a bit on there. There's a little bit melted back there and I want to build it back up. That should do it. Right, I think for this, obviously we'll get that dressed in. Then I'm going to angle that slightly up to where the mudguard is. Then that's going to be hot. This area here, I think I'm going to cut back And at least we'll be able to get a socket in there then to do the bolts up, because that's a very small area to be getting a spanner in. You can do it, but it's going to take about 3 days to do the nut up. So I think we'll clear it so we can get a socket in there. Anyway, let's get this bit done. Right, we've sort of got that roughed out how we want it. So now this V in the mudguard, I think I'm going to take that off. Like I say, it's going to make the fitting of this mudguard a lot easier with that little bit out of the way. And you're not going to see it because basically it's sat on the bike like so. So you're not going to see that bit. So yeah, I think it's going to go. Right, cutting wheel. That's the closest I can get with a cutter. So I think we'll get the belt grinder on the rest of it. I think we might be better tearing up that. Let's see, ripping it down a bit with this one. As you can see, the edge of that's just cutting the belt. Back to the belt. Just ripped it back a bit. Right, that's nearly there. I just want to take this sharp edge off here now, because that always makes it better for any sort of coating, where we get this painted or powder coated or what. Sharp edges are not very good. So we'll get rid of that, and then we'll be dressing up with the DA pad. Where is it? I've spotted a bit. There we are. Just a tiny bit there. I've got to get with the welder. I don't know if you can make that out. Bit of a pain that is, because I've started to get it all the finish nice. But hey, we can't leave that there like that. So weld it up is what we got to do. That should have it. Right, back to the grinder. That done. I think we should be able to attack that straight away with the DA and get it about right. I think we're about there with that. And every bit of the bike will have a second going over before it goes for paint or powder anyway. So if I'm not spotting anything now, I'll spot it then, hopefully. But for a mudguard, I think that is going to do us. Right, I think that'll do. That's another bit done. All sorted for the bottom piece now. Apart from, obviously, the lugs that are on the frame. That's just resting in place with one bolt at the moment. Just to see what we're looking like. Yeah, I think that's getting there. I say it's got the backs blocked up a bit. I can already see one little bit that needs welding in. Tiny little pinhole there. I'll get that done. Yeah, majority of it is sorted. So that just leaves us with the top bracket now. And then the mudguard's done. I'm still thinking of ways to do it slightly different. I may not come up with a way, but the next stint on this, I'm hoping I've got that resolved and we can get something made. And then it's just one more job before this bike can come apart. And we should start having a powder coating and paint pile take place over the next couple of days. Anyway, that'll do. Massive thank you again to everybody who's supporting this little build with special stickers. Appreciated, as always. And I think I've seen a few people ask where'd you get them from. It's the links at the bottom of every video. If you click onto my eBay, you'll see them there. So if you're watching on the TV, I don't think you can do that, can you? I don't think you can see the links. So you may have to have a look on your phone or a laptop computer or something like that, I guess. Anyway, that'll do. Cheers for watching, guys. Take care.